a bridge.
All right, hold on a second. Hey, Nathan, let's go ahead and allow him his observed phenomenon here. Let's go through the steps. Let's see what he comes up with. You want to share my screen?
Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll round out. I think
you want to share my screen, Nathan?
Yeah, I've shared your screen. If you want to, we'll go through it step by step and then we'll round out the show on this note, I think.
Okay.
You're on.
Tell me when it's up.
Yeah,
You're up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the last catastrophe still in here.
Just as you're letting someone talk, you're going to end the show. It's fast. That's interesting.
Well, he's an hour over anyway. It should have finished at 4 p.m.
Yeah, I lost track of
Well,
time.
It has been good, and honestly, I've enjoyed it. And
Thank you.
For allowing us to
Tree grow upside down, right?
Tree roots grow down. Tree roots grow down. Well, I don't want to do it for you. I don't want to. You put it in your words, if you will. Is it gleam?
I'm just asking him if that's the observed phenomenon.
Sorry,
the tree roots grow downwards.
Tree roots grow downwards?
Yes.
Sorry, it's a little slow. Yeah, punk. Okay, what's the hypothesis?
Well, the
hypothesis is that it's due to gravitropism. So it's being affected by gravity, and so the plants detect the gravity and then grow in accordance to it.
Tree roots grow downward due to gravitropism. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your independent variable?
The independent variable would be it's a good question. Let me have a look at. So, okay, here we go. Thomas Andrew Knight demonstrated gravitropism with an interesting experiment. It says here, plants have been growing the same way since the dawn of civilization, and man has always been intrigued by their behavior. Around 2 centuries ago, a botanist and horticulturist named Thomas Andrew Knight proved gravitropism with a rather fascinating experiment. He said, if you have ever taken a ride in a spinning teacup in an amusement park, you know all too well that you get pushed away from the center of the spinning object.
Can we have the independent variable, please?
I'm just trying to...
It comes from within this. I'll give you a clue.
Okay. It says here that it turned out that plants responded to gravity pretty much the same way that humans do. It was...
I think I didn't... I don't think you...
Gravitropism.
Wait a second. I don't think you understand what I just said. Your independent variable is within this statement. Yep. Which is it? Tree roots grow downward due to gravitropism. Which one?
It would be gravitropism.
Excellent.
Because we worked out how to manipulate it.
Excellent.
Okay. So gravitropism causes tree roots to grow downwards. That's it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What's gravitropism?
Gravitropism is...
You have to physically manipulate this as an independent variable.
Yes. So if you spin... So if you have a seed, right, in some dirt, and you spin this dirt so if you have it spinning, it detects... What it thinks is that the gravity is now in the... towards the outside of the spinning object.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, how can you physically manipulate gravitropism? What is gravitropism? Is it physical? Does it have chemical formula, structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin, or millielectron volts, kcals, or kilojoules?
I don't know what the unit for gravitropism is, but it says in this thing that if you put a seed in dirt, right, and you spin and you have it in this, just say you have it in a bucket, right, and you've got this bucket spinning, and it's on near the outside of the bucket, the roots will grow towards the outside of the bucket, whereas the stem will grow towards the inside of the bucket. That is how we manipulate gravitropism, because it thinks
Manipulating gravitropism.
That's spinning.
That's identifying it. How are you going to manipulate it?
well, we're manipulating the gravitropism in the plant by spinning it.
Well, no, that would
You're
be
spinning.
No, you're
the
applying a
gravi-
centrifugal force.
That's
Wait a
spin.
second. He's spinning the gravitropism. What is gravitropism?
It's the thing in the plant which allows it to detect which way gravity is.
Okay. Do you have a picture of it? It has to be something the researcher physically manipulates. So what is it? Do you got a picture
Okay.
of it?
Okay. Instead of saying that the cause is gravitropism, let's say that the cause is what the plant thinks is the
What-
direction in which the plant
What?
thinks gravity is pointing.
Sorry, plants
Plants
don't think.
don't think.
Well, the way in which the plant identifies gravity to be pointing.
How can it identify? Plants are not sentient or intelligent. They're not identifying anything.
You can still, even though something isn't sentient, it can still identify certain things, like
Oh,
bacteria.
it can.
Bacteriums can identify that something is food because it's inbuilt into it, it can identify that something will give it nutrients because
Sorry, I've got to
that's
stop you.
inbuilt.
Sorry, I've got to stop you there. So this was what Tommy did when we had him over a barrel. He went on to a completely different topic. So at the moment, you're claiming gravitropism, and we are trying to establish scientific validity. We're not at the experimental stage yet. We're at the hypothesis stage, and you're failing flat on your face because the thing you're trying to prove is your cause is gravitropism, and it's been pointed out that you can't show it us. You can't give us something to manipulate.
The gravitropism is the mechanism by which, the gravitropism is the mechanism by which the plants identify the direction of gravity.
Yeah, we're trying to establish that through systematic experimentation, i.e. science. And the first thing we would do to establish that would be to formulate a hypothesis, which is what John is trying to take you through right now.
Yes.
Right. Well, the problem we're up against is the very thing that you're trying to prove exists is the thing you're claiming is your independent variable, even though you haven't shown it to exist. So how are we going to vary and manipulate this independent variable?
Well, we do this by spinning this bucket. By spinning this bucket, we know that the plant has identified the direction in which it should grow because it thinks, okay, this way is the direction in which gravity is pointing.
So your independent variable is spinning bucket.
Yeah.
Right. So your cause, sir, in this cause and effect relationship, without doing any experimentation, just based on your hypothesis, according to you, the cause in this cause and effect relationship is spinning bucket, not gravito, whatever the hell you think it is.
Gravitropism is a mechanism.
You see, this is the non sequitur tautology test, and this didn't pass, sir, because you have spinning bucket causes tree roots to grow downwards.
Well, in this case, it would be the.
That's breaking it. That's breaking it down into a way that's not what it's saying. That's not the full story. There's a lot of variables into that would accumulate to the answer you're looking for.
A lot of
so you're
variables.
talking about a complex
Excuse me.
hypothesis.
Sorry,
then.
excuse me. Did you just say a lot of variables?
What I'm thinking is, if it's a spinning bucket, then it's obviously trying to counteract the gravitational force. And if it's still growing the same way, that's why they're saying, well, it's obviously the gravity's causing it.
Did you hear my question?
That's my assumption.
Did you hear my question? Did you say a lot of variables?
Nathan, rather than going narcissistic and start to go onto me,
No, stop
picking
Answer
at little
his question.
things and being really like petty.
Tommy,
Chill.
stop being an idiot. Answer his question.
What's his question?
Try and repeat
You
it
never
back
answers
to me.
any of my questions, by the way. So
Sorry,
try
and repeat it back to me. Let's see if you pass the intelligence test of being able to listen to somebody.
Answer any of my questions. You've not gone. All you've done is.
Let's see if he passes this intelligence test while he talks non-stop. I'll stick him on mute. Let's see if he can pass the intelligence test. What was the question I asked you?
Whether you was religious or not, and whether you believe God is on the whole place, and yet you wouldn't answer that.
God.
No, that was a question you asked me. So you failed this intelligence test miserably. I have asked you to repeat the question I asked 3 times to you, literally within the last 60 seconds, and you can't do it. That is how stupid you are. We are literally dealing with the dregs of society in terms of intelligence. You are, quite literally, thick. That's what you are.
My word. He's rumpusing. He's killing us in here. Now, can we get back to the hypothesis? This is just a simple diversion, right? Let's get back to the hypothesis, because this is a train wreck. Now we got spinning bucket, right, as your independent variable. Where is the spinning bucket up here in your hypothesis?
Okay, I'm just trying to work out the best way to describe this, because it's 4 a.m. where I am. So
I'm sorry, okay.
the independent variable should be described as something like
The independent variable should be described as gravitropism, because that's what you say is causing the roots to grow downwards.
Well, what I'm trying to think of the value that we use because
according to your hypothesis, this statement right here, due to gravitropism, must be it's just that simple.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. The thing that would actually be applied here, because gravitropism is the mechanism by which it detects gravity, right? So we can't physically adjust gravity, but we can.
We can't physically manipulate it. So by definition, this independent variable is invalid.
Correct. But we can manipulate the direction which it thinks gravity is pointing.
Direction is not an independent variable.
How are you going to do that?
Sorry,
you just said you couldn't manipulate gravity, so how are you going to manipulate the direction of the gravity that you can't manipulate?
We can manipulate the way in which it detects gravity to be pointing.
What? I'll tell you what. 1 second. You said this is the alternative hypothesis. What is the null? That's what I'm interested in.
This is what I was
What would
waiting
be
to
the
round
null
out.
hypothesis?
So what's the null?
Say again.
Let's get this train wreck.
The null hypothesis would be that tree roots would grow downwards regardless of which way gravity would be detected.
Not exactly a mirror, is it?
It's not a mirror. I'm trying to.
Tree roots do not grow downward due to gravitropism.
Due to spinning bucket. Due to spinning bucket. Let's get it right.
No, but it's
no. Tree roots will not grow down. Yep, that's right. Anthony's correct. But he's been paying attention.
Well, the null hypothesis would be that tree roots would grow downwards regardless.
No, it wouldn't.
No. It's the opposite. So you're saying
the null
downwards
the null is yep. The null is will or will. Oh.
I don't get what you're like. Why is it would not? I'm just trying to explain that it would. If the null hypothesis would be that tree tree roots would grow downwards regardless of the way that it detects gravity.
Oh, right. Well, how are you going to manipulate that?
Well, you manipulate it by a spinning bucket.
No. How are you going to manipulate the gravity? The thing you're claiming is the cause is the thing you vary and manipulate to show that it's the cause through experimentation. Now, you're saying the cause, we'll forget that, and we'll introduce this new thing, spinning bucket. Right?
So the cause is not actually gravity itself. It's
excellent. That's the statement I will end on. Thank you very much. The cause is not gravity itself. Beautiful. With that, I will say, first and foremost, a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. If you hated the show, then you know exactly what to do. But if you liked it, maybe consider sharing it with a friend or subscribing if you've not done so already. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!